visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper on the Wavelength Radio by Cool Wave Pictures. My name is Brian MacKenzie. I filled in for Cameron last week, and he is off to other endeavors tonight, so I've been fortunate enough to repeat as your guest host this evening, and I hope you have a great show. I know it is, so feel free to call once we go over the topics. At toll free is 800-421-5308, and locally in the Phoenix area is 602-288-6794, or feel free to email at coolwaveradio@gmail.com. Okay, I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday evening. I'm glad that the workday is over. Hopefully it is for most of our listeners tonight. Basically tonight I'm just going to go over just some concerts, what it's like to go to the concerts nowadays. I remember back in the 80s, all the shows that we used to go to were always major venues like arenas, 20, 30,000 seat arenas. It seems that the artists these days are choosing smaller venues, especially in this particular area, the Dodge Theater and also the Celebrity Theater. And I know I've seen quite a few shows at both those arenas. I know bands like Bon Jovi and U2 and these global phenomenal bands that have been around for 20 years are still able to sell out arenas, but it seems more the newer bands are being able to sell out the smaller arenas. And so we're touching on that a little bit, and we encourage your phone calls on any stories or any type of concert stories or memories that you may have, or what concerts that you have seen. Also, a little bit later we'll talk about little things that may annoy you, whether it be going to the supermarket or driving or any other little things that little pet peeves that bother you during the course of the day that happen almost every day. So again, we are Wavelength Radio. This is Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper. My name is Brian MacKenzie. Our toll-free number is 800-421-5308, and in the Phoenix local Phoenix area is 602-288-6794. Well, I guess to start, the last concert that I went to was Heart was in town. I went to the Celebrity Theater to see them, and which was really nice because back, I guess, in their heyday, I never did get to see them. So, we got, very good tickets because it's hard to get bad tickets at the Celebrity Theater. So we were right up close. Everybody looked, relatively young. I know they've been around for close to 30 years, and the sound in the theater is really great, and they put on a great show. We've also seen Pat Benatar, Rick Springfield, and dare I say, Keith Partridge, alias, what's his name? Charles, you know his name?
I don't know.
Keith Partridge is his name? Well, we need to call her
Alias?
his real name. David Cassidy.
I don't know. I don't want
I hope my wife's not listening, because she won't talk to me for a few days after that for forgetting that name. And we have some good memories about that show. That particular show, he didn't really sell out, so it was more of an intimate venue, and I think it was maybe 200 people, and we got some good pictures. My wife, I got a picture of my wife actually going up the stage and grabbing hands with David Cassidy, which she was extremely thrilled about, and we actually got the money shot, which is hanging on our wall at home right now. And since we don't have children, we have 4 cats, so we spend our time going to lots of concerts. So we have a lot of ticket stubs. So I just decided that we're spending all this money on ticket stubs. I'm just going to hang them on the wall, as a display for when friends come over. So we can look up the wall, or people come over and they get a chance to see what shows we're at. We try and get a decent picture to go along with the ticket stub that's hanging on the wall, and it's a good conversation piece, and people seem to enjoy when they come over to our house. So again, we encourage any callers to call in. Toll free is 800-421-5308, and the Phoenix area 602-288-6794.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Okay, welcome back to Wavelength Radio, the Cameron Cooper Happy Hour program. My name is Brian MacKenzie. I am filling in for Cameron this week. Cameron is off somewhere. I believe I hear a beer tab opening as we speak. I know he's out there somewhere. So I guess the first topic we were talking about is just the concert venues on more personal venues the Phoenix has to offer, like Celebrity Theater and Dodge Theater. I know if you get the last row back in the Dodge Theater, they're pretty small up there on stage, but it's a little bit better than being the last row of the U.S. Airways Arena or any of the larger venues. It feels like you spend a lot of money to go and watch a large screen TV because you can barely see the performers. And we're just throwing it out to people who are listening to call in with any stories and memories they have, any of the shows that they've been to. I know that there's a lot of great shows that are at Celebrity Theater, Dodge Theater, and also U.S. Airways. So we encourage your calls at toll-free 800-421-5308, and the Phoenix area 602-288-6794. And I guess just the top, while we're waiting for a caller to call in, another kind of funny story that we have being at a concert was a Rick Springfield concert at Celebrity Theater, where he just took his guitar and started walking amongst the crowd, stepping on the handrails of each person's seat, and people were up there grabbing him and everything. And when he got to, he actually came by our section, and as my wife, she reached up to grab his ass, and in her state of semi-intoxication, went after it just a little bit too hard and kind of knocked him a little bit too hard, and he was coming down. Unfortunately, I was there, and I actually caught him, and he just kept playing, and I was able to stand him up before the security came and got him upright and sent him on his way. But it was a funny memory for us, and something that we tell everybody. So this is Wavelength Radio by Cool Wave Pictures. We ask for your calls if you have any concert memories. Also like to talk about what I mentioned before is little things that may bother you during the day. An example would be, every day I go to the same Safeway store, and I may buy 4 to 5, maybe 6 items, and it seems I'm struggling with just trying to get the bags at the counter because I'm getting a bag per item, and a lot of them are double bagged and tied in knots. And I'm not really one to cause a scene. I go through it every day, and I get home and I gotta untie the knots, and it feels like I'm carrying a week full of groceries when I'm only carrying something for maybe a snack. So anybody have any particular pet peeves, whether they're driving or little things that they go through every day that seem annoying? You can vent them here on the Wavelength Radio program, the Happy Hour Cameron Cooper program, at 800-421-5308, and locally Phoenix 602-288-6794. Okay, and to change topics just a little bit, not really much of a health issue, but I do smoke, and I did some research. I bought some cigarettes that were ultra natural cigarettes. and found out that there is a little bit more to that than meets the eye, and I'll be sharing that a little bit later in the program. So, as far as the venues that are going on, there's even decent venues that go on at Casino Arizona. We went to go see the Elvis Live show, where it had 3 different Elvis performers. They come on they did different eras of Elvis's music, and we had a good time and got some free showstopper tickets. And it's a free show. I believe it's a 2-drink minimum, and they put on a really good show during the week with 4 to 5 different acts. I believe Elvis, sometimes Tina Turner, Revolves, Madonna. So those are always good venues to go to. So if you're a concert goer, we'd love to have you call in and maybe share some stories of what shows that you have seen or upcoming shows. A couple other shows that we've seen. It seems like they're big name artists. We've seen James Blunt at the Dodge Theater, Stevie Nicks a couple times, and recently the Goo Goo Dolls with Firehouse. And these are big selling bands, and they're choosing to play the smaller venue than the larger venues, which I personally think is really cool. And it also helps out the artists that may be struggling. I know Kelly Clarkson, the original Idol winner, set up a big arena tour, and she had to cancel that. Because of ticket sales. They weren't selling that well. So I'm not sure if these tours are set up by how ticket sales are going. And so she chose to choose a smaller venue for her next tour, and seems to be selling some tickets. Okay.
Hello, I'm standing by.
Okay, it looks like we have a caller on fine. Hello, caller. And your name is? Hello, caller. This is the Happy Hour program. Cameron Cooper, are you with us? Hello, this is Brian on the Cameron Cooper Happy Hour program. Are you there?
Well, hello, Brian. This is Cameron Cooper.
Oh, well, hey. What a surprise, Cameron. How are you tonight? Or should I dare
I'm doing
ask?
great.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Dare not ask. No, it's been crazy busy, and I appreciate you filling in the show there for Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper. Cameron Cooper's been absent for, this is 2 weeks now.
Are you talking about yourself in the third person?
I think I was. I think I was. But I got to tell you, Brian, I'm really enjoying your show. I love the music. I love the content. It's fabulous. And I couldn't say more to it. Kudos, buddy. Kudos.
Well, I appreciate that, Cameron, and I'm glad that 12-pack that I got you is having a positive effect on you to say such nice things about me. But yeah, so how about yourself? Have you been to any concerts at all recently?
Not recently. It's been actually probably a number of years since I've been to any concerts. The last concert I was to was in Indianapolis, downtown, in the Circle. If you've ever been around Indianapolis, they have a Circle there, and it's a really big artistic kind of element there with music and the arts and entertainment. It's really huge and it's really beautiful. Indianapolis is a very friendly city. You got to stop by there sometime. But I got a chance to see a Beatles a tribute artist band there, and they were great. And they went through the whole Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and the early '60s, and they did the whole 9 yards with the black jackets and
the suit and
the
tie.
white shirt.
Yeah, the eras of the Beatles, the suit and tie, the Sgt. Pepper, and then the dirty, drugged-out, grungy Beatles. Yeah. Yeah,
and the Larry Curly Moe Three Stooges haircuts. And
yeah.
I'm sure they would appreciate that.
I'm not sure who had the curly haircut in the Beatles. It might have been Ringo, but you never know.
I think it was Moe. It was Moe.
Okay.
But, hey, I got to ask you, I don't know, because I've missed out on the last show, and I appreciate you filling in. I've been very busy, guys, but I'll be back hopefully next week. And I know you're going to be out of town next week. Is that right? You're going back to,
I'm
I
going
want to say
back to
Pennsylvania.
Nantucket Island.
Nantucket. Now, what was the place that we were talking about before?
I don't
When
know.
when we were talking about a place, it had a name that was sort of funny. Well, nonetheless.
I think it was Booton.
Booton. That was it.
Booton, New Jersey.
But are you going
Nantucket's
back
a lot
to
better
Booton
than
this time?
Booton. You know, Nantucket, I would have to say that is it's more pleasant to be in Nantucket than Booton. Cameron, I have just a question for yourself. Why are you calling into your own show?
Because I was available to call tonight, but I was not available to do the show, and so I just had to be there, so to speak. And so I hope I'm there.
Was there any possible deterrent from you being able to make it tonight, such as maybe a new day job or beer?
Well, no, I not to go into any details, but yeah, some of my work has taken me away and preoccupied me this week. And last week, of course, I had my mom in town, and my mom's sister, my aunt, had a great visit, and hope to get some pictures back from my aunt very soon. And but no, I just wanted to take the opportunity to call in and give my 2 cents. And I think you're doing a great job. I'm enjoying the show.
Okay, Cameron. If it's okay, I'd like to keep you on through the next break, because there is one issue I want to talk to you about, and it is about cigarettes. Okay.
Oh, I would love to talk about
I want to
cigarettes.
get your input on that. Since it is your show,
want your input.
You get some special treatment this one time. Okay. So
Just this once? Okay. Well, I'll hang on, buddy. Go ahead and do what you got to do. I'll hang on, and I would love to talk about cigarettes.
All right. I know you do. You're probably smoking one right now.
No, I'm getting ready to.
All right. This is Happy Hour. Cameron Cooper, Wavelength Radio.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
Hey, welcome back to the Cameron Cooper Happy Hour program on Wavelength Radio by Cool Wave Pictures. Our toll-free number is 800-421-5308. Locally in the Phoenix area is 602-288-6794. My name is Brian MacKenzie, filling in for Cameron Cooper, who seems to be a voice in the background. And we'll be getting to Cameron in just one moment. But we've been covering different topics about the concert venues held out here in Phoenix, and we encourage anybody that may want to call in and share an experience at one of the more intimate venues as Celebrity Theater, Dodge Theater, and how they would compare it to the large arenas going on, and if they have any stories of meeting their the artist that was performing, feel free to call in. And also we touched on, not really a major topic, I guess I was just trying to vent my frustration on getting 50 bags at Safeway for the 3 items that I buy, and I got to fight my way through them just to find out what the hell I bought. So, anyway, I feel much better about getting that off my chest, and I appreciate everyone out there listening for bearing with me. Cameron, are you still with us?
I am.
Well, that's so
and glad to be
I
back.
figured you'd be face down, with like with beer cans outlining you like a chalk line on a homicide scene. Like
hey, I'm all about CSI, man. I'm all about CSI. Get Horatio on the line.
Right. Next time, you just want to make sure that you have your underwear on. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll do that. And greatly noted. Obviously, you noticed the extra chalk line that was around me.
I'm not. You need Patrick Adam to for a comeback on that one. So. All right. Anyway, I wanted to bring you back because I did some research because I know that you're a smoker because you pack about 100 of them a day when I'm with you for for about an hour.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm smoking one now.
I know that. Well, I believe you. And I know it's the American Spirits brand, which I also partake in, but I buy the actual packs and I don't actually make them as you do. But I was just doing some research on the all-natural cigarettes and the ultra lights and also light cigarettes, and I saw a commercial about commercially packed cigarettes that the ultralights or the light cigarettes, they have little pinholes in the filter. And so
yes, they do.
And as I bought a pack, I looked under the light, and I saw them, and I never noticed them before. 2 rows of pinholes for an ultralight cigarette, strategically placed.
Yeah, know all about it. They're there.
Yeah,
I cut those bastards off.
Well, I prefer to have the ultra taste, but they strategically put them there, so either your fingers are covering them, or when you're smoking it, you're covering up the holes anyway, so they actually don't do a damn thing. Also,
I don't deal with it.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, you go for the full tobacco flavor. I guess I'm classified as the wimpy smoker. Trying.
Well,
to
I'm
quit.
just saying, it's once in a while, I may have a need for a cigarette, and someone gives me one of those with the little perforated holes in it, and I grab a pair of scissors and I cut it off.
So you're not looking to quit smoking anytime soon? That's okay. Okay.
Oh no, hell no.
But another thing I found interesting is, because the American Spirits and I have a new pack I bought, All Naturals or something, niche, whatever. They actually contain. They say that they have no additives. Okay, but there's it's all nicotine. So the cigarette is actually compared at 36% nicotine in the all-natural cigarettes compared to like a Camel Light or a Marlboro Light at like 1.5% nicotine, which makes the more natural cigarettes with no additives more addicting. What do you think about that? I'm thinking I'm smoking a better, healthier cigarette, and all it's doing is making me want to buy more cigarettes.
No, it's actually quite just the opposite, possibly. And I've thought about this because I've researched it myself a little bit, and I've experimented with it, if I could say that. What happens is these all-natural brands of cigarettes,
is there
you
a
buy
lab
them in the
your
pack,
bathroom that we should know about that you're testing cigarettes on or doing other things?
It's perfectly legal.
Okay,
but
I just want to make that
clear.
clear.
To answer your question, no. But just through life experience, though, these natural brand cigarettes, American Spirits, and these types of cigarettes that you buy in a pack, they do not have any additives in them, and they do have a higher nicotine content in them, as you've described. Mm-hmm. And the tobacco that you buy and roll your own cigarettes and buy your own filtered tube papers and then inject the tobacco into it, make your own cigarette, so to speak, you're getting a higher concentration of nicotine, but you're not getting any additives, depending on the tobacco that you buy. But as far as the addictive levelness of it, a Marlboro cigarette is far more addictive than a natural cigarette like American Spirit. It's not the nicotine that's making you addictive. It's the chemicals in the cigarettes, the additives in the cigarettes, like Marlboros and these types.
What the hell is a Marlboro?
Make you want to go back. Marlboro.
Where the fuck are you tonight, bitch?
Yeah.
And
that's
you
the
can
voice.
tell
That's the voice of Christmas Past.
that's the voice of Patrick Adam.
You are correct, sir. Okay, so
And-
your
and
contention is
Christmas
that the.
past-
Go ahead. Go ahead, you
Moot
drunken
my
fool.
ass. Moot my ass. That's what I gotta say.
Okay. All right,
But
Cameron.
no, these cigarettes, it's not the nicotine. The nicotine's not killing you, it's all the additives. Those are the
yes.
carcinogenics in the cigarettes. Nicotine in itself is not a carcinogenic. All right? Tomatoes,
Carcinogenous?
natural tomatoes that grow up, and we grow them up in our yard, or we grow them up in a plantation, and we go to the grocery store and we.
Yeah, okay. I saw that episode of The Simpsons with the tomatoes too, Cameron.
They have a small amount of natural nicotine in them, all right? So it's not a bad thing. It's the additives that are the carcinogenics.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for calling, Cameron. We appreciate that knowledge on your cigarette smoking and your in-depth knowledge of what it actually does to your body and lungs as you continue to puff away. Again, I do appreciate you calling in, and we look forward to having you back on your show, the Cameron Cooper Happy Hour program, next week. So, okay, we are toll-free at 800-421-5308. Locally, Phoenix area, 602-288-6794. Any listeners want to comment on Cameron's opinion or Cameron himself, feel free to call in, and we'll be happy to take your call.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
Hello and welcome back to the Cameron Cooper Happy Hour program on Wavelength Radio by Cool Wave Pictures. My name is Brian MacKenzie, filling in for Cameron, who, if you were listening in, may have heard him on the line. He was unable to join us this evening, but we appreciate him calling in, and we look forward to him having him back next weekend. And Cameron is also, for you may not know, is quite a Frank Sinatra impersonator, which he might have touched on in one of his previous shows. And also, besides that, he is just a downright very talented singer. I've seen him sing different types of songs, and the man has got a voice. So, Cameron, we appreciate you calling in. For any of the topics that we covered, as far as concert venues, the more intimate venues that Phoenix offers, the Celebrity Theater, Dodge Theater, if you have any memories or anything that you'd like to call in and discuss, whether you got to meet the artists themselves or what show or who you did see, we're toll-free at 800-421-5308. Phoenix, 602-288-6794. Also, we touched on a little bit about the difference between the cigarettes that are available out there, between the non-additive cigarettes, and how little pinholes appear in the filters of these cigarettes to make it appear like you're receiving less dosage of nicotine, which I still believe is the addictive chemical in cigarettes to keep you smoking, and the one that makes your lungs feel like they're going to explode when you don't have one. So, again, my name is Brian MacKenzie, and this is the Happy Hour Cameron Cooper program. We're winding down the show. Upcoming later tonight, in a few moments, will be the Patrick Adams Show, followed by at 11 p.m. will be the Roundtable. And we look forward to having you listen to that, because we're really not sure what our producer Charles is going to pull out of his hat for the Roundtable. And it's usually loose-lipped, vulgar, and interesting choice of topics that we cover. And if you'd like to, you can email us at coolwaveradio@gmail.com. And I just want to say thanks again to Cameron and Patrick Adams, and also Charles Peterson, who run the show here, for letting me come on and be a part of the show. And we do have a caller online.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. This is Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. How are you, Jocelyn?
Very well, thank you for asking.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the kind of guy I am, So
Well,
what's on your
Brian,
mind?
I wanted to say I certainly miss Cameron tonight.
Yeah,
And
it's hot, isn't it?
but I do enjoy your show, and I have had the privilege of looking at Elvis in concert a few times, and it was quite a privilege.
Really? Did you get a scarf?
Actually, I do have a small piece of a scarf, not the whole thing, though. And it's
Well, that's better than no piece. How old are you, Jocelyn?
I'm 42, but
You're 42. You sound like you're 82.
but I don't think it's
Oh, I'm
appropriate.
sorry. I wasn't very nice of me.
I don't think it's appropriate to talk about those things.
You're right. Well, I'm just trying to put a time frame. If you've seen Elvis and you were 42, so you
But I
must
had
have
this
been
wonderful
quite young.
time when I visited Graceland. I had the great opportunity to go to Graceland this year during Elvis Week,
Awesome.
and it was such a fun time. And I got to see this wonderful performer, Sean Clush, be crowned this great king tribute
the new
artist.
fake Elvis.
He did a great job, and I'm so happy that I got a chance to see him.
Did you get a scarf
And my
from
kids
him?
went. Actually, no, I did not. I didn't even get a chance to get close to him. The crowd was enormous, and we saw movies out on Graceland, out on the front lawn, in front of Graceland in the house, the evening before he was crowned, and we watched Elvis movies, and they had treats and dinner, and it was just a really wonderful time.
Yeah, it seems like at Graceland nowadays that they're doing a lot of positive promotion towards Elvis Presley and getting out of that what I thought was a stagnant point during the 80s and 90s where everybody was focusing on unfortunately the downside of Elvis's career. It seems Graceland is bringing back the energetic, the charismatic Elvis that everybody came to know and love. And
Absolutely,
So,
I agree.
Because I was at Graceland too, and it was quite it was a great experience. I recommend it for anybody to go.
And I have to say, the most brought on new Elvis song, The Littlest Conversation, has been such a good.
Does that get you shaking your booty, Jocelyn?
Oh yes,
Shaking your
gone
booty
to
with. Would you like me to send the correspondence to Cameron so maybe you guys can shake your booties together?
Well, certainly. I enjoy Cameron's show, and I enjoy your show, and I certainly would like you to put a good word in for me with Cameron. And he's such a good host.
I will. I know he's single, and he's been without for quite some time. So, but your appearance, are you a fairly attractive woman?
Well, you certainly put your word in for me. Oh yes, I'm lovely, of course.
Okay.
Well, I have to run, and
Okay, Jocelyn. We appreciate your phone call, and thank you for calling, and I will pass on that those kind words to Cameron, and we'll see if he gets you call in next week to his show and see if you guys can get together for lunch at Tex-Mex or something. I don't know. Okay, and coming up on the Patrick Adams Show is also Elias Castillo as a special guest, and you won't want to miss that. Okay, and again, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for letting me host a Happy Hour Cameron Cooper Show. My name is Brian MacKenzie, and this was Wavelength Radio by Cool Wave Pictures.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.